Here we are, getting ready for this. The fans are... You can't imagine how bad these fighters want to get their hands on each other. Nice idea with the jab, but does not land. That jab had to hurt. Neither fighter willing to slow down. There was so much hype surrounding this match, I wonder if it can actually live up to the hype.
You can walk into an arena and be the hero, the pressure, the expectation, the desire from the fans. You can't get away from it. Ignore them. Lock it up. I know it's hard. I can hardly hear you, Todd. You've got to ignore them. Get on with your job.
Tough to be a judge in this fight as both fighters have had their big moments.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
They both want a highlight reel knockout. And so far, the offense has been better than the defense. Not a lot of defense here at all. Oh, and there he caught him with a stiff jab. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Zhu Khan in that last round. The game plan does not seem to be working here. What's he after? And there's the bell to start round two. That corner has got to find a way to get some momentum behind their fighter.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
When you're fighting a swarmer and you know their goal is to bury their head right in your chest, the uppercut would probably come in handy.
You are fighting a swarmer. Be smart, be sharp, concentrate, but you've got to be confident. Do not dance his dance, because that swarmer, once you do that, you're giving a man a chance that shouldn't have one.
A perfect counter shot. Jab does not score. So far as we've reached the halfway point.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
So much firepower here. One punch could change the entire complexion of this fight. You don't want to go tit for tat in there in this fight. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Talk about Zhu Khan in that last round. At this point, you got... Here we go in round three. Who's going to land the first big shot? So not the best round, but let's see if they can turn it around here.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you, and that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
That jab misses. Nice idea with the jab, but does not land. Pretty close fight here in this round.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Misses with that uppercut. Good counter punching. You'd like to see someone use a jab here to establish a boxing presence, but no, they just want to fight. These punches coming from every angle. Very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about Zhu Khan in that last round. He is there's the bell to start round 4. Not the start that they wanted, but let's see what they can do in this round.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
One of the best attributes to have in boxing has nothing to do with boxing. It's how well you can take a punch to the face.
What a gift. What a gift it is to have a chin where you know you can walk through anything and everything. When you let those shots go and it's just bouncing off and they're walking you down, it's so demoralizing. It absolutely breaks your heart. What else can you do?
How about that time counter shot? For those who thought this would be a mismatch, you are sorely wrong.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Quick punch scores. Insane action. There's a big difference between being the aggressor and the effective aggressor. Which type are we seeing so far?
Sometimes when you have a fight, the best way to beat a fight is not give them what they want. Because they want to get you there. They want you to stand there toe-to-toe with them and have a tear. That's what they do in the gym every single day of the week. What you've got to do is you've got to frustrate them as they set their shots. Get out of the way. And they'll get so angry, so...
Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Talk about Zhu Khan in that last round. You know that bell was... Here we go in round 5. Who's going to land the first big shot? Let's see how they bounce back here in this round.
Now he knows he's been hurt. He's going to come out and put the pressure on. He's going to throw the kitchen sink at you. You've got to be ready for that. Don't fight fire with fire. Hold him off. Be smart because he's going to try and put you under pressure. He knows your legs have gone. He knows your head's not cleared. Be sharp.
Jab slightly off target. Neither one of them want this to go to the judges' scorecards. That counter shot lands. Well, Johnny, as you know, there's a fine line between being aggressive and being too aggressive.
How do you deal with an aggressive fighter? What you do is you fight fire with fire. You either give it them back because that's where they're comfortable, or you play calm, play cool.
Can they figure out the combination to this safe?
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
defense all the time. Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Jukan in that last round. And a round that seemed... There's the bell to start round 6. Safe to say that last round was a nightmare. Let's see if we can turn it around here.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you, and that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
What do you think of this fight so far, Johnny?
This can be so frustrating when you're under such a fast fighter that can throw 3-4 shot combinations before you've even let one off. That creates frustration, and that's when it gets hard.
That punch landed. Just when you thought we'd see a lull in the action, here we go again. We're at the halfway point, and both of these fighters know the round is still up for grabs.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Both men step back for just a moment. We both know who the bigger power puncher is. There's a significant power difference. How would you handle that?
You've got to be courageous when you get in there with someone that's bigger, stronger, and faster. You've just got to use brain there.
This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Jukan in that last round. That bell could... And there's the bell for round 7. Coming off a very tough round. Let's see what they do here.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Couldn't land that jab. That big hook doesn't land. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Talk about punches and bunches. That's the mantra for this fighter with that exceptional hand speed.
You've got to ruffle their feathers, Todd. You cannot let them get comfortable, drag them, get them complaining to the referee, because once somebody with excellent foot speed and excellent power gets into the rhythm, the fight is over.
This has been a very competitive round as we reach the midway point.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. Trying to land that jab. How about that time counter shot? He missed with that jab. Good defense with that left jab. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about Jukan in that last round. Well, he is in big... Round 8, and we're off off again. Well, they got battered last round. How do they turn their fortunes around?
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
Beautiful counter punch. Well, you know with featherweights, the hands are going to be flying. A lot of punch output.
I've seen certain fighters that can depend on just their power alone. Forget tactics. They know the second they touch you, it's done. That's where the confidence comes from.
That hook was thrown with some bad intentions. Punch, counter punch. Good fight so far. Both of these fighters have had their moments.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Someone tell these two that they can be defensive for a minute if they want to. Beautiful counter shot. Couldn't land that jab. A perfect counter shot. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Another win.